everybody, Mrs. Krapinski here. A little bit's happened since the last video I made, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it that I won't see you guys for the rest of the school year. It's just leaves me speechless, but strange times. That's all I can say. I just hope you're staying home, being safe, listening to the adults in your family, and I'm gonna just continue to make a few videos here and there. Like I said, you can do them or not. They're just for fun. And the next one, I finished my sketch art, scratch art. Isn't that cool? Very proud of myself. But anyway, okay, so today what we're gonna do is kind of like a 3D optical illusion. I know the sixth graders, they were very intrigued with 3D like sketches, so they were doing a lot of it in their independent study. So I thought, why not take something that I know interests at least a few of you and show you how to do it. So what you'll need is, this is just computer paper, pencil, sharpened, there, that's better, sharpened. You'll need either a fat Sharpie and a skinny Sharpie, or marker, or if you don't have markers or Sharpies, just you just use your pencil, and you're just gonna have to color it in with your pencil. So anyway, and I always like my trusty little ruler, because the optical illusion we're going to do is a square, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I like nice straight lines. So you can also, if you have a sketchbook, I'm gonna use my sketchbook. You can also use your sketchbook. So, and another tip, when you're using your sketchbook, put the date on it so that, you know when you did it, and this way, if you continue to try to do 3D optical illusions, you can date it and just see how much better you're getting, and also to see, how much more difficult you challenge yourself. So let's get going. All right. First thing we're going to do is, also, if you don't have a ruler, use a book. Use the edge of your book. Always improvise. There's always a substitute somewhere in the house. Anyway, okay. So you can use your ruler. You're going to make a square. So the thing about squares, for all you math wizards, is that they are four sides. All right. Doesn't really matter how big you make it, but just for easy sake, I'm going to make it 5 inches. So 5, and 5 again, and oh, am I good or what? 5 again. Okay, so here's my square, and what we're going to do with this now is we're going to make a light line, just a light one, coming down, attaching opposite corners, all right? Then you are going to draw 6 lines until that they will meet right here in that light line. And I'm going to stand up and do this so I'm not covering everything. So I'm just going to go meet that line in the middle. Make sure they're parallel. Okay. Here's my second one. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, with my skinny marker or skinny Sharpie, or with my pencil, make it really hard, I am going to make this outside line dark. Then with my fat marker or Sharpie, I am going to do the outside lines. And going to do the other sides. I'm going a little fast, so they're a little wobbly, but that's okay. We're going to fill it in. And then starting with your inside square here, you are going to color this in, all of this. All right, so got it done. That's not the last step. And for some of you observant students, you may have noticed that my size is a little off from when I started. Well, yes, even I make mistakes. You know, instead of going every other one, I was just like zoning out and boom, went to the wrong one. So anyway, what you're going to do now is get your sharp pencil. We are going to shade in the white part so that it looks like an optical illusion. And there's a trick to it. So let me show you. All right. To make the shading with your pencil, I like to use this side. I don't know why. I told you that the last time, but with my Sharpies, pencils, everything, it just saves the tip, especially on Sharpies and markers. If you are constantly pressing down, then, you know, it goes away. That tip goes away really fast. So I always like to use the side, especially when I'm drawing, not when I'm writing. That would be awkward. Anyway, all right, so we're going to shade in, and it's okay if you see the lines. Shade in, and as you go to the longest line, you're going to get lighter and lighter. Remember that value scale. We don't want it to be really dark on the top. Okay, so I've got, and it's okay if you go over the marker, you can't see it. All right, so I'm going to get this one just a little bit darker. And yeah, this one maybe, I want to see some, you know, a little change in the light and dark. So leave that one alone. We want that to be lighter. This one a little bit darker. Okay, all right. I think we did it. Now, you're allowed to smudge it with your fingers. So pencil, especially with the lead, it smudges easily. So I'm just gonna go over this like that. And voila, we have got our three-dimensional. Looks like you're going down into the hole. If you see that maybe your value could be a little darker, especially down here, I'm gonna make this mine a little bit darker. Remember pressure? Maybe this one just not too much more. I'm gonna smudge it again. Lovely art term. Okay, so now, okay, now that looks way better. Looks like we are going to descend into a deep dark hole. So there are so many of these out there. These are just, this is just like the easiest one I could find, but there are ones that are more and more difficult, all kinds. So now I'm going to show you one that's a little bit more difficult. Now, not this. We've all seen this one. We've all done it probably since kindergarten, right? But it's fun. I like doing it, and I like coloring in all the colors. But anyway, no, this one is going to be a floating cube. So I'm going to get the paper ready again, and I'm going to put my date on it, April 8th. And what you're going to do is start off with a cube. I am actually just going to freehand it. I'm going to sketch lightly though, in case I do need to erase. And I'm going to make it at an angle so that the corners, there's a corner at the top, corner at the bottom. So then we've all talked about perspective. So I'm going to make this a long cube, okay? And remember with perspective, the lines, they're not going to be parallel. They're going to come just a little bit, okay? You don't have to be perfect, but just a little bit. Now these two lines do need to be parallel. I'm going to bring this one in just a little bit. Make sure these two lines are parallel. Again, you know, it's not going to be exact, but it's still pretty good, okay? So then I am going to go ahead and outline this in my Sharpie. Like I said, I'm just freehanding it. Now, the next step is we are going to shade it in. We are going to shade in both of these sides. Oops, here's my sharp pencil. Okay, equally. So first I'm just going to I go back and forth between the side tip and the side, but that's okay. And I just want to make sure that I don't see the lines in it. Like right here, yeah. I'm going to go down a little bit so I get rid of all the lines. And I'm going to do the other side the same shade. Okay, I don't need to sharpen my pencil in a minute. All right. And it's okay if you do long lines because we're going to smudge it again with our finger. Okay, I'm going to smudge this, smudge this. Now, what I want is I want this side to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to go back over it and give it another layer. Okay. Yep. It's getting sharp, but I'm losing my lead. So I'm going to do this. Do this. Try to stay in lines. I'm not doing the best job at it. I'm going to smudge it again. So this side is just a little bit darker than this side, okay? So then the next step is we are going to draw lines, all right? And I'm not even going to worry about putting pencil first. I'm just going to take my sharper, make lines from one side to the next. What this is going to look like is notebook paper. So go ahead and fill your page up with that. Okay. Okay, so once you get all your lines on here and you put your, this is supposed to look like notebook paper. I've already seen one little mistake I made. I should have made sure my corners were even. Okay, I didn't even think of that, but let's see what this looks like. So anyway, for this to work, I need to tear this out. You will need a pair of scissors. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. So you will need a pair of scissors. Well, these are safety scissors. I'm a big girl, so I'm going to get my tiger scissors. And I'm going to cut out the top of the cube. Hard to do and try to stay in the camera. Okay. Come on. Ugh, darn it. Okay. Okay, so then I've got my cube. And then as I tilt my paper, the cube looks like it is coming off of the... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot one step. I'm so sorry. It needs a shadow. Goodness gracious. Okay, so about here, you're just going to make a little shadow. Now, you don't want it to be like really distinct lines, because shadows kind of sometimes don't have those, especially when we're doing something like this. So I'm creating my shadow. I was like, what's wrong with this picture? Okay, so I want to make sure you can distinctly see the cube. All right, now let's try this again. All right, so as it goes down, there you go. The cube is floating and you can see the shadow. All right, so it looks harder than it really is, but keep practicing. Like I said, even with my little mistake here, it still turned out pretty cool. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this segment. And there are so many cool 3D drawings that you can, search for in that. I love this one. I just think it's so cool. So I hope you enjoyed this. And meet me back here. I don't know when, but I will be back. I have lots of ideas. Oh my gosh. One is, maybe next time, is going to be one that I used to do in my childhood. That was a long time ago. Anyway, peace out. I will see you next time. Stay safe and see you soon.